Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So the last street car shootout that we had, the car started, it would hook initially, and then once I got some of the suspension figured out, on the slicks it would hook. On the radios, I don't have none of that. But yeah, so what was happening was the front wheels were a little wobbly. I think my strut mounts were coming loose. So gonna fix that to figure out what was wrong with that. I thought it was a ball joint, but it's not a ball joint. And my rear panhandle bar was bent. Now again, I don't know if I bent it from strapping the rear end down on the truck and putting the strap around that bar instead of around my axle. I may not have been paying attention when I did that. If it is, it's my fault. I don't see how any other case that could have bent with, the rear end separating and going down on the track, and then it crinkled up and that panhandle bar goes from side to side. So I probably did that on the straps. So the car started going hard right down track, which probably something with the front suspension. So I'm gonna get that fixed out, and then it probably just because the wheels was wobbling, which is very dangerous, very dangerous. But in any case, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell for notifications and drop a like or a comment down below. It really helps us out. And thank you for the ones that are already subscribing. The channel is growing every day. So I appreciate all you guys that are already subscribing and watching. So what today we're gonna do is get that front end fixed. I already ordered a new panhandle bar that's on the way. And I'm gonna modify my anti-roll bar as well. Well, my anti-sway bar, I'm gonna modify it and turn it into an anti-roll bar. Just with probably 4 welds, it should keep it in place. Because what's happening now is when I launch the car, the front end driver's side wants to come up like this. So I usually keep the right side passenger shock a little bit stiffer to try to keep it level. And when it launches that BMR anti-sway bar with the solid links, it wants to shift to the right. Now before I had my rear end modified and had it all braced up, I would have the clamp mounts, the bushings, all the way to the ends where it curves at, so that when it tries to shift, it won't. Well, during the modification process, when I had it customized, they didn't put the clamps all the way on the ends of the bar, so it still has like 2 to 3 inches of room. And it pretty much, the link is what's stopping it, because it kind of cocks to the side. So what I'm gonna do is weld a brace in it to keep that bar straight up so it doesn't move side to side. So fix that, and hopefully I have time from work at some point in the future to get out and test it some more on a good track, something where it's gonna hook good. The street test is not gonna really work because I'm not gonna pull the wheels up on the street. It's not gonna hit as hard on the street. So I need to take it to a track and get it to see how it launches, because there's a race coming up at the end of February. Now again, with my work situation, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. However, if I am off, I would like to have the car ready so we can roll in the event I can make it. It's gonna be down at Texas. It's gonna be at a Extreme Motor Park, and it's gonna be a flashlight start, I believe. So if the car is ready and I'm off, we're gonna head down there and try to make it happen. So with that being said, I have new hats coming. So right now I have these coming with the black front, white back, And I also have a gray front and a red back in the process of being made right now. So if you guys would like to order a hat, the website link will be down below. It's the Boosted Lucille at .big cartel site. So it's gonna be in the link. It's gonna be in the description down below. And I might see if I can put a link up here somewhere. I don't see if I can put that info card up there. But in any case, let's get to work. See if I can get this thing popping and maybe get it welded up today. I don't have a good welder yet, but I'd make my flux core welder work. So far, my welds and my flux core have been holding. They're not the prettiest because it's flux core, or either my prep work ain't up to par. But hey, as long as it works and holds right now, that's all I care about. On the good stuff that I need to look pretty, I let somebody else do it to look pretty. Anyway, let's get to it. Dang. It kind of actually look like the shock came loose, or the bolt's coming loose on the shock. See how that's moving inside of it? I wonder if that's what happened. So right here, all I'm gonna do is just tighten up the bolts or put some Loctite on it, then tighten up the bolts, put it back together, and I think it will fix everything. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna try to do here is cut this bar here. I'll probably paint it too. Yeah. Cut this bar, and the sun is kind of messing it up. But I'm gonna cut this bar, measure. This bar here is stable. It's welded to the rear end, right here, and on the back of my relocation brackets. So what else I want to do is in the middle, right here, where my jack is at, I want to grind the paint off on this one and this one, and then cut this bar here, right, and weld it onto my sway bar or counter slat anti-roll bar, and then have two tabs welded on the side here and bolted on there. So if I wanted to take this off, I can unbolt it and remove it and leave this in place. I don't want it straight welded from here to here. All right, so, and my main issue for this is to try to keep this from sliding back and forth, because the way it's mounted now, after like the first pass, this bar moves over about an inch. Now I know I really need an anti-roll bar, but I think this will work. I would rather make this work than spend $600 on it. The worst thing that can happen right now is it doesn't work. All right, well, I think I did a pretty nice job notching this by hand. It's not perfect, but hey, it's gonna weld up. So we're gonna get it in place and see how it works. So, man, what we ended up doing is, well, I just ended up taking the sway bar off the car, and I tried to weld it on my bench or in my vise. It's just, man, my welder just doesn't have enough heat for that thick piece of metal. So it just kept laying a bead on top of it instead of really binding the two metals together. So until I get a new welder, what I did is I took it off, took my buddy, I'm gonna have him weld it up, and we're gonna see when I get that back, it's gonna look nice and fresh and good and TIG welded together. So hey, like I said, if I couldn't do it, I was gonna take it to somebody that could. So when I get that back, then you guys will see part 2 on that. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Be on the lookout for part 2 when I get this back together. And hopefully to go straight from now on. Still got a lot more upgrades to do to the car. I really need to get some new front shocks, take them 90-10s off, get some double adjustables on the front, just like I got on the back. And then we'll see what happens. Maybe get a little bit better 60 foot. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, check it out next time. See you next time.